I've heard so many times people complain that they've applied for a job and not received a response from the prospective employer. And it seems that people get really annoyed and then become despondent that because nobody's responding, they are never likely to work again ever. And it's a massive generalisation that can cause lots of problems. But not many people are taking action, really intelligent action and steps to actually get the prospective employer to actually want to respond to their application and CV. If you're a recruiter and you have 200 applications or 2,000 applications for 3 roles, it can get a little bit disheartening having to troll through them all. Everyone's uses the same envelope, everyone's got a CV, and it's just a little bit laborious. So if you're wanting to generate a response, even an acknowledgement of receipt of your application, you need to do something different. Now, here are a few tips on how you can generate a response from a prospective employer to acknowledge your application. And bear in mind, if they know that you want your application acknowledged, they've at least looked at your application letter or CV or references that you've already enclosed, because otherwise they couldn't respond. Think about these. How would you package the envelope? Everybody uses an envelope. What kind? Most people will use a white manila envelope, A4, A5. But how about using a different coloured envelope? Nothing too sparkly or shiny, but something that's not white, something that's cream, something that's light blue. 200 applications, which one do you look at first? It's the one that's different. Even the colour of an envelope can help a recruiter want to go to that one early. How about the writing or typing on the front of the envelope? If you're a really untidy writer, type it out. Use a normal font, Arial, Helvetica Neue or Gill Sans, something that's crisp, professional and simple. On the back of the envelope, why not include your name, address and also the reference number, the reference of the application you're making. If you live locally to the organisation that you're wanting to work for and with, why not deliver it by hand to their security or their reception and put on the front of the envelope, top left corner, delivered by hand? That shows initiative. It shows that you're interested. It shows that you're willing to get off your backside and go there and create an impression. And it's very likely to get to the interviewer or the people sifting through the applications far more quickly, and they'll appreciate it that it's gone by hand, and they're very likely to open it before the others as well. If an advertisement in a newspaper or magazine says send your application for the attention of the HR manager or sales manager, don't just send it for the attention of the HR manager or sales manager. Get in touch with that company, look on the internet, call the receptionist and say, look, I'm applying for this role. It says send to the attention of the HR manager. Please could I get the name of the HR manager so I can personalise it? That is very different, very straightforward, very simple. There's not much difference between a second-class stamp and a first-class stamp. So unless you've got hundreds of applications to send, why not make it first class? Even better, it's only about £3 or £4 at present for an A4 envelope. Why not send it special delivery? So it's guaranteed to be there the next morning by 9 o'clock, and someone will have to sign for it. And doesn't everyone love something when it's come by special delivery? Again, it's a differentiator. In your covering letter, if you do want to get a response for your application, please mention it in the final paragraph. Perhaps put it in italic. But also, rather than just ask for it, include a stamped addressed envelope. So it makes it easier for them. They can just put on a compliment slip, your application has been received, best wishes. But even then, you know that they're taking some attention, they're paying some attention to your application. It doesn't guarantee that you will be invited to interview, because doing these things needs to be supported by a fantastic CV, a really good covering letter, and ideally some references. But these are just some ways that you can generate interest in and a response for your application. Please think about these. Think about colours of envelopes. Think about the font that you're using on your PC. Think about whether you should write it, putting references on, finding out people's names, delivering by hand, by special delivery. These are all really low cost or no cost things you can do to differentiate yourself from the crowd. And it's a big crowd.
So now you know how to generate a response to your application. It doesn't work every time. If it did, it'd be a perfect world, and we certainly don't live in one of those right now. But please do use this information intelligently, use it appropriately, and use it consistently, because that's the way that you're going to start generating these responses, demonstrating initiative to very hard-worked and under-pressure recruiters, and differentiate yourself from the crowd. And it is a really big crowd. So whether you deliver by hand, whether you do it special delivery, whether you use a different kind of coloured envelope, different text, or handwritten, please consider how you can use this for your next application together with all of the other tips and tools and techniques that you have in this program. Please invest 10, 15, 20 minutes today and perhaps start drafting your application pack.